welcome to Quarter Life Crisis. I am your host, Charles Mwangi, and today my guest is my own dad. So, hi, Dad.
Hi Dad, how are you?
I'm good. I'd just like you to first say your name, where you're from, and what you do.
Thank you very much, Doris. My name is Charles Mwangi or CP Mwangi. I was born in a small village in Gatundu. Gatundu is today is a district. It used to be a divisional headquarters near the forests, and that is many years ago, of 65 years ago. To be precise, and I grew there. I went to school there, primary. Then after primary, I went to secondary, and from there I went overseas, and that is it about education. And
What do you do?
as far as my career is concerned, I joined the insurance industry back in 1972. I've been training in the insurance. I have done insurance here locally and also overseas. I was employed by one of the biggest companies there, and there were only 4 brokers at our time, around 1970. 4 insurance brokers. I got an employment with one. The name was called Hog Robinson and Corin Hood, and I have been doing business for that time as an employee. Then little on, I retired about 16 years ago. I'm doing a family business locally and also overseas. We have a center in Atlanta, Georgia. That's one of our outlets. But we travel far and near and far because our business involves a lot of travel.
Yeah.
We deal with merchandise, and also I do a lot of farming and also real estate.
That's good. That's a lot. So many questions to ask you.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's see. Let's start with when did you meet Mom? How old were you when you got married?
Oh, I got married when I was 26 years ago, and your mom was less than 23 years.
Basically my age.
It was less. She was younger than you, because the time when she was your age, I think she had given birth to your brother,
Yes.
Alan.
Yes.
So we met a long time ago. Our wedding was sometimes in 1978.
So you've been married for how many years?
In fact, in 2 months' time, we shall celebrate our 39th anniversary.
So 39 years of marriage.
In April.
Oh, wow.
So it's quite some time.
So I'm sure a lot of people would like to know what has made your marriage successful.
Marriage, there is one thing that is very important. Is that there is people talking to each other. Because unless there is communication in a home, and that is the basic word, then the marriage cannot go on.
Yeah.
So communication is there, and we have always been communicating, and that's why I think first and foremost, that's why we have sustained our marriage.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, when you talk about marriage, you talk about people who consult. Because we consult, there's dialogue.
Yeah.
Because if all these things don't happen, then there can be no marriage.
Yeah.
And so that's what has kept the marriage.
That's good.
Yeah.
So you guys had 3 children, obviously. My older brothers, Mwangi, Robert, and myself. And there's such a huge age gap between me and my oldest brother. Me and Mwangi, 16 years difference. Me and Robert, 13 years difference. My main question is, what has been the difference between raising 2 boys and me? And why did you have me so late?
There are things I cannot be able to explain because they are beyond me.
Yeah.
But let me say that children all the time is a gift from God. Sometimes you may have them when you want. Sometimes God may decide the best time for you.
Yeah.
So immediately we got married, we got our firstborn, who was Mwangi. The between Mwangi and Buru is, I think, less than 3 years. Was 2 years, 6 months. And the difference between Robert and you is about
13.
13 years.
Yeah.
But all the same, we are happy about you all.
Okay, so you can't say one has been more difficult than the other. The boys have been more difficult, or I've been more difficult.
Of course, there are a lot of challenges when you talk about boys, and especially Mwangi and Buru.
Yes.
You know, the the age difference was very, very close, and it's not like you. When you think of a girl as opposed to boys, it's completely different the way you bring them up.
Yeah.
Because most of the times when I was bringing up Robert and Mwangi, we are very busy. That's the time when we are trying to set ourselves, we are trying to start some businesses.
Yeah.
I was working for government then, and most of the times your mother had to be involved in managing our businesses.
Yeah.
So that time, I remember one time we had very many lorries, about 9 lorries, and we needed a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Every time she had to go out to places to see how they are doing.
Yeah.
Sometimes we are doing the sad business. She had to go out, meet with the drivers about 2-3 times in a day, because that we are doing cash business. Other times she had even to do transportation of maize and some other grains.
Yeah.
And it was very much involved because I had limited time. And so most of the times I was left with the 2 boys.
Yeah.
Boys are boys, and I didn't care very much about them. But one good thing is that I was in a compound that time.
Right.
And within the compound, I thought there was a lot of security.
Yeah.
And I had very good workers who were taking care of them. But besides all, I had a lot of time for them because I used to leave them in the morning, even before they started school. Lunch hour, I had to make sure that I'm back home with lunch with them, because they are so difficult. I could come and find the maid complaining because you tell them this, they used to do a lot of distraction.
Yeah.
And I can witness so many things.
Yeah.
And they were uncontrollable at times.
Yeah.
Yes. Because I could remember even sometimes I could find that they are fighting themselves, quarreling.
Yeah.
Even sometimes they quarrel. They start even beating the cats around and dogs. They had no peace. All these things used to happen with boys.
Yeah.
And it was expected. Even breaking the window panes.
Yeah.
You know, this sort of thing. They are playing football in the compound. But that was expected.
That was expected.
Yeah.
Was I that crazy, or how was it with me?
No, US was a little bit different because, number one, a girl is different from a boy.
Yeah.
Then the time when you are brought up, your brothers were already almost mature, and they had to take care of you at the same time.
Yeah.
So you had so many people taking care of you because I was there, your mother was there, and you were 2 brothers.
Yeah.
Everybody used to take care of you.
Yeah.
Yes, besides the means that we had.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was different.
That's good to know. So you started doing business in Atlanta, and you started, I guess, going there often. And Mwangi and Robert went to university there. So what was your experience when they went to university? Were you afraid when they went? How did you view the whole situation of them going to university there?
Let me start by saying how they ended up in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Sometimes in 1990, that's the time when I lost my mother, the one that you are named after. And she passed on in January 5th, 1990. And after 8 months, I had stayed with her for many, many years. She was sick.
Yeah.
I was in Lavington. And this time we thought as a family we could go out. I took the 2 boys and your mom to UK. We stayed there. We had a holiday. And I also thought, why don't I go to US? That was my first time. So when I went to US, I landed up in Boston. And when I landed there. Before I left Nairobi, there was a problem of what you call the exchange, foreign exchange. It had to be approved.
Okay.
And what still was that there was allocation. We only allocated equivalent of 4,000 Kenya shillings for 2 years. So I had already gone beyond my remit,
Mm-hmm.
and I did not know what to do in US. So somebody advised me buy some of these curious things and go and sell.
Mm-hmm.
So when I went to America, somebody told me, now this is the right thing, let me show you what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So we drove from Boston to New York.
Who were you with?
I was with somebody called Dr. He's now a professor in the university,
Okay.
Dr. Karungu, Professor Karungu. He's in South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
So when we went to New York, we found a hotel. He told me, this is what we are going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever we had necklaces and all that. He told me, tie them in dozens.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went out.
Mm-hmm.
And within a very short time, we had sold more than, within an hour, we sold more than $1,300.
Oh, wow.
And considering that was a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
we found not only did I have money to sustain me, but even that was a good business for me.
Yeah.
At the same time, I went, we had gone to somebody, a Mr. Shah
Mm-hmm.
in Nairobi, who had a chemist.
Mm-hmm.
And he told your mother, tell your husband as he goes to take this stone and where to sell.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what happened. So I went with the curious. At the same time, I had one piece of Tanzanite. I think it had costed us about 105,000 Kenya shillings.
Mm-hmm.
But when I went to US, I sold that piece for more than four times.
Wow.
So I found this can be a very good business,
Yeah.
because even the curios that I was carrying, although it was a challenge.
Yeah.
Me selling them,
Uh-huh.
from my office here in Nairobi as a manager,
Yeah.
a senior manager, and now I'm in the streets, a street vendor,
Yeah.
selling,
Yeah.
and you expect people to tell you anything. It was not good, but on the other hand, I was not challenged, because what I was getting was more than the challenge.
Right.
So within a very short time, we had enough money for me and for him, and then we thought we could now travel.
Mm-hmm.
We had to fill his car all the way to Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Even when we went to Kentucky, we sold a few things, and from there we went back to New York.
Mm-hmm.
And after New York, that's the time when now I got on a flight. I came back because my leave was about to end.
Right.
And that's the time when I thought this can be a good business. And when I told your mom about it, he said, let me go and try.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we started, because we found a good outlet for our
Was I
business.
born by then?
No, you are not born. You are not born. You are far away from from being born. We are talking about 1990. 1990. I went there in 1990 August.
Ah.
And you can understand you are born in 1994.
1994.
So there was a span of about 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, before we go any further, I want us to take a break, and then when we come back, I'll ask more questions.
Thank you.